On the ancient land of Greece, where the sea shimmered under the sunlight, and where whispers of devotion and fear echoed through the temples of gods, a new thought was taking form, a thought that spoke not in the language of deities, but in the language of nature itself. It was the era when Thales of Miletus and his disciple Anaximenes had already lit the lamps of reason. Amidst these lights, a third thinker now emerged, Anaximenes of Miletus, the young philosopher who boldly proclaimed, "The origin of the universe is air." According to Anaximenes, everything in the universe is made from a single substance, and that substance is air. But this was not ordinary air. It was the primal essence from which all existence sprang. He said, "Just as our breath sustains life within us, so too does air sustain the entire cosmos." On the surface, this idea might seem simple, but beneath it lay profound scientific and philosophical insight. Anaximenes observed that when air condenses, clouds form. If it condenses further, it becomes water, then earth, and eventually stone. When it becomes thin, it transforms. Anaximenes advanced his teacher Anaximenes' ideas a step further. While Anaximenes had stated that the earth floats in space, Anaximenes explained, "The earth rests upon air, just as our breath supports our life." According to him, the earth is flat, suspended on a great cushion of air. The sun, moon, and stars are made of fire, and they too revolve within this air cushion. Today, this might seem simple, but in that era, this notion was revolutionary. While the world believed the sun was a god, Anaximenes declared, "It is a sphere of fire moving through the sky." Anaximenes explained natural transformation through the principles of condensation and rarefaction. Every substance arises from the same air, but its form changes according to its density. This principle would later lay the foundation for scientific philosophy. Thousands of years later, when Newton, Dalton, and Einstein studied the structure of matter, their roots could be traced to the land of Miletus, where Anaximenes first asked, "How is transformation possible, O Spirit, and the connection with the cosmos?" The most profound aspect of Anaximenes' philosophy was his vision of a relationship between humans and the cosmos. He said, "Just as our soul, breath, gives us life, so too does the soul of the universe, the air, flow through everything." This was a kind of philosophical spirituality, where nature and humanity were connected through a single breath. This idea would later echo in Stoic philosophy and Eastern mysticism. Anaximenes was not only a philosopher, but also an observational scientist. He studied clouds, lightning, and the formation of rainbows. He understood that these phenomena occur due to changes in the density and temperature of air. Thus, he connected natural events to natural laws, not to the anger of gods. This mindset bridged philosophy and science. The philosophical legacy. Thales said, "Water is the origin." Anaximander said, "The boundless is the origin." And Anaximenes said, "Air is the origin." Together, these three ideas formed the first chapter of Greek natural philosophy. They guided humanity from myth and religion towards reasoning, experimentation, and observation. This foundation later allowed Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and even Alexander the Great's mentors to construct the pillars of knowledge and philosophy. Anaximenes taught us that understanding the cosmos comes not from worship alone, but through observation and reason. He reminds us that we are all made from the same air, sometimes becoming stone, sometimes light, sometimes life. Perhaps that is why he said, "When we breathe, we connect with the universe, for we come from it and to it we shall return." After Anaximenes, philosophy took a new turn. Ancient Greece no longer worshipped only gods. It bowed to reason, knowledge, and inquiry. And in that moment, humanity first said, "I think, therefore I am." And perhaps that first breath of thought was taken amidst the air of Miletus.